Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday night, and you are at the bait shop. Oh, we got to turn that down. As always, my partner in crime, who's about as useless as this mask, Mr. James Dockery Fishing.
There's a decal hidden up on my shelf, Chad. You should really find that after the show.
Oh, I'm going to have to keep looking then, sir. And our special guest tonight, and oh my goodness, this is, that's warm. Way warmer than these fellas were 2 Saturdays ago. We have Parker Pursuits, Mr. Jerry Parker, and Robert Chance of Moe Creek Fishing. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
How y'all doing?
We're good, guys.
Doing well, sir. Doing well. Let's say hi to some folks here in chat. I seen John Boy's catfishing was numero uno. Was excited to enter the bait shop a little bit early. Followed by Mark from Catfishing Crappie. We had... Oh, it just jumped. Ace Catfishing, Thomas Littlepage, Brittany Hawkins, Ernie Brown, Georgia Fisherman, my beautiful wife, Dee. Let's see. Hooks and Hammocks. What's going on? Cindy Stokes, our favorite Stokes. Chrissy Brown, Country Boy Catfishing. Scrolling. They were having quite the conversation earlier there. Mr. Sampy. What's up, Mr. Mike Sampson? Catfish Fever and Outdoors. Let's see. J-Dog is in the house. Actually, he's in the bait shop. But...
Yep.
Let's see. We got Art from 1 Ton Fishing Club. Outside with the Haze, Christina Dunnigan, our favorite Dunnigan. Caitlin's up there, though, just FYI. But if we go with Chadwick James for baby name, Christina might jump into a league of her own.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Chadwick James is growing on everybody. We're just saying that's the name that could be,
Chadwick James Dunnigan has a great ring to it. Wouldn't you agree, fellas?
That's right.
Most definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. Fins and Finds, what's going on? Buckeye Catfishing. Oh, I love when this thing jumps around like it does. There's Mr. Stan the Man. Who stands fishing? Mike Irvin. I was going to mention Brittany twice, but she said some unnice words in chat earlier, so I can't.
Miss Brittany, fishing. Don't be trash talking Brittany. All right, leave her alone. You say enough about her during the day when you're at work. You don't need to bring her, down during the daytime. Or at night. Leave her alone.
Why not? Fishing with Paula Smith, Daniel Ishmael, Lee Evans, Catfish Kentucky. And I think I'm close here to the end. There's Mr. Skip of Clearview Outdoors. My buddy Thomas Littlepage. I'll mention him again. He was talking about how great I was earlier. I like that. And I believe I said Hooks and Hammocks, but I am not sure. All right, I'm all caught up. Welcome to the bait shop, everybody, and happy Thursday night. Week is coming to an end. We have, again, our buddies from Parker Pursuits and Moe Creek who took it to the field during the YouTube Blues tournament. So, welcome again, gentlemen.
Before we get started, I need to clear some things up. The last week, there's been a lot going on, all right? And people are mad about it. And I think that, we need to take some time tonight, and I know that the show is usually a lot of fun and stuff like that, but I feel that this needs to be said. And if it costs Chad viewers, well, so be it, but it has to be done. One of the shows this week something happened that should never have happened, and it will never happen again. All right, I guarantee you, because I'm hoping that they learn their lesson pretty quick. And it actually happened on Catfish Weekly. Chad was ignored by Lyle all night. All night. He kept asking questions for Josh, and and he even came up with a new logo for Josh, and Lyle didn't even say highlight the comment. He didn't do anything.
No acknowledgement.
I took it upon myself, and I was personally hurt for Chad. I really did, because me and Chad are buds.
I appreciate you.
I've come up with a new logo, and I thought we would call Lyle out, and tell him how wrong it was for him to do that to you, but also to help Josh out, because everybody's always looking for more logos and stuff like that, right? So this one's for Josh. Let me see if I can get that one
up just a little. There you go.
It is the weekend ditch.
That is the weekend ditch pickler. How that it was posted several times. I don't know, again,
it was
why it was ignored as much as it was. And I even see him in here under the pseudonym of Panfish Weekly. He's trying to, act like somebody different tonight. But it kind of hurt my feelings that, I threw that out there. Another great idea. But I am
right. And what really upsets me is we're supposed to be working as a team on some of these shows. Yeah. And for him to blow you off like that, is totally out of line and totally unacceptable. So I honestly think that you deserve something for it. So maybe a Krampus cane or
that would be right.
A Grace cane would be right. So
honestly, as hurt as I was, it would probably take two to make me happy again. But
okay.
Yeah, I appreciate you though stepping up as my co-host and brother, my friend, and not letting Lyle Stokes pick on us and ignore us when we are so supportive of him. So don't want to get off on too much of a tangent there, but
yeah. Well, I'm sorry, guys, and like I said, I know the show was supposed to be fun and all that, but I had to clear that little thing up. So
all right, so
how you boys doing tonight?
We got it cleared.
Great, doing great, y'all.
Awesome. Thanks for having us on.
I appreciate you guys joining in with us.
Everyone always is like, "Hey, thanks for having us on." I'm like, "Have you seen our show and you're thanking us? Really? Come on, man." This is like the punishment in the catfish world. Crap. Now I got to go on the bait shop.
That's right. If you want to be punished, get with Fishing with the Chad.
So all of you winners, be warned. If you win one of Chad's tournaments, you're coming on this show.
That's right.
So weigh your options carefully, guys. Weigh them carefully.
That's right. So we had let's start out with that. The YouTube Blues tournament. Again, I want to thank everybody. That was a freaking amazing event. We had some awesome anglers out there battling it out with the elements. These two right here. As we started the show, I kind of played a little clip that, these guys were just flipping to be on the Fishing with the Chad YouTube Blues, almost literally. And but it was a lot of entertainment. But in the same aspect, these guys are beyond dedicated. I know me and Robert have had a lot of talks and text messages and stuff like that. And he was like, dude, we froze our rear ends off, but it was so worth it. And he'd do it again in a heartbeat. And, to know that what they did helped us raise $1,500 for charities. We originally had 3 charities. It grew to 4. And by the end, we donated to 5 different charities. So again, I want to thank you both and everybody else for being a part of that. It was pretty cool.
That was
expected. Go ahead.
That was to me the amazing thing about all that. It wasn't just the guys fishing.
No,
it was everybody. Chat, you and D, everybody put it together.
Every time you kept reading off, it just kept going up and up, and me and Rob just like, holy cow. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Like I
really
said, that's
cool.
one thing you can say about the catfishermen, the family and stuff like that. If we accept you in, a lot of people stand behind you and they support you in a huge way. And what Chad has done with, this last tournament and then the couples tournament, he's raised a lot of money for really good causes. Thanks to everyone that was watching and participating in the tournaments.
Yes.
Exactly.
And donating.
Apologies. If you want to be punished, go work for the really? Go work for the Chad.
And this is why Miss Brittany and I are friends. So I saw it. I can't highlight it.
I gotta say a few more highs. We've got Alan Piershala, Ryan Bortz, John Patrick Jr. I see Kentucky Big Cats and Berman. I'll even say Panfish Weekly, even though I know it's Lyle. Scotty Hill, what's going on, buddy? Glad you made it in. Michael Murillo. Can only go up so far. Mexicat Fishing, what's going on? Appreciate you guys stopping in. And let's go. There we go. Sharina, what's going on? Seen you, and Rex Blocker. So, gentlemen, tell us a little bit. I mean, what is that on your head? Is that a new hat?
This is the Dockery special chicken mask. This is my mojo for fishing right here.
That's a fact. So you got to watch him. He starts scratching the floor. You got to watch him.
Oh,
Chad,
God.
Chad, you are not being professional. Hold it together, okay?
Have you met me yet?
Yeah, I know, but you about spit all over the damn camera. Now stop it. And Parker, you knock it off because you get him going, and then the show just goes downhill from there.
So I got to know, hey, Palmetto, what's going on? So you kind of went off camera during the show that Saturday, and all of a sudden you come in dancing with this chicken head on it. When did you guys? Where did you get the daggone thing first of all, and what?
Well, my daughter actually hooked me up with it, and me and Rob went over there a couple weekends before it. I just started using chicken like a month ago, and been hammering him on it. And Rob, he dead set against using chicken, so I was like, and I brought it over, and he's like, "You got to wear that thing." So,
Yep, there you go, James.
So surprisingly enough, I know there was a little animosity on the bank between you two because of the chicken. There was my side and your side type deal, but you guys both really tore them up pretty evenly.
Okay, but let's be honest. I mean, they were hitting doubles. One on chicken and one on shad or whatever else he was using. So,
Well, there was a point at the very end of the day. Rob was so cold, he couldn't hardly bait a hook. He'd go, "Man, just put a piece of chicken on." I said, "No, I'm going to save your pride, and I'll put a piece of shad on there for you."
He did do that. He did do it.
So do you think he was saying that just so he didn't have to be the one putting the chicken on his pole, but he really, really wanted to use it?
Well, we were over there like 2 weeks before that, and we fished the entire day. That's actually my next video coming. We did like a chicken versus shad video. That'll be the next video. And he fished the entire day with shad, never got a hit. And that's
a fact.
That was under 13 on the chicken.
I think we need to start talking more about fishing regulations with our conservation officers and our state departments. I really have a feeling that the increased usage of chicken is starting to turn our fish into eating chicken versus their natural predator, their natural food source, right? So
Sure.
I might have to be an advocate for this, as now we have seen the increase of, before it was just chicken with cherry Kool-Aid or the anise oil that Norm uses, and now We got other people that have every food coloring known to man, and we got pumpkin spice that just came out last. Was it last weekend or the weekend before? I'm really
Weeks ago,
concerned
yeah.
about our
From the weekend, angler?
the weekend ditch pickler that came out with the pumpkin
Right.
spice. So
I have to put this up
the
there again.
weekend
guys.
ditch pickler.
Right.
There it is.
Just for Josh.
Yeah,
So-
and then there's something else. Now we have got to worry about salmonella poisoning the catfish. I don't know, fellas. So did you guys know that you were going to put the hurting on that day on the fish that day?
Well,
Like you were.
we
Like
had
you
kind
did.
of that severe cold front come in, and me and Rob had talked about as long as they were running units over there, we figured we're either going to fall on our face or we were just going to absolutely tear them up. So the wind was blowing out of the north up against that bank. So, like, literally all the bait fish were just shoved. And when we got there, there was seagulls, pelicans just going crazy right in the area where we fished. So we figured we were going to have a pretty decent day.
When we got there,
Go ahead.
when we got there, we were about almost a mile.
Yeah,
about a mile from the truck, and we got a wagon that we pull up when we bank fish, and there was about 4.5, 5 inches of snow on the ground, and that made it just
miserable
dragging that wagon up there. So we got inside the bird line, and that was the only place we fished all day. We probably should have moved at least once or twice there. There was a lot of slow spots, but it just wasn't worth it to move.
As fast as you all were catching them, I don't know about slowing down or moving, because having a little bit of a break period in between it gives you a chance to catch your breath and stuff.
Well, and all of that, but Parker used up a lot of energy when that chicken knocked him to the ground. So
He did.
I mean,
He did.
yeah, he didn't fall on his face, but he did fall on his rear end. Let's
I'm blaming that on Rob because his coffee had froze up and he dumped it right where I was fishing.
So he's flipping iced coffee. And that chicken kneecapped him right there in that ice, and it was over with,
I
may
heard
have had
that.
a push from the angler too.
Oh,
do what?
I may have had a push from behind from the weekend angler. He was standing kind of off camera.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to ask. So, I started getting messages, so I assumed he kind of sent me a picture of the gate that you guys had showed me earlier, and then all of a sudden, he's up there with you guys, and I'm pretty sure that he may have sent that in. So, what did you guys think about him just showing up like that, scoping your spot?
Well, it was awesome. He came out to sport, and he actually saved one of a fish I had. I hooked a fish, and I was reeling in, and got off the bank, and he ran down that bank and went up to his knees in the water and filled his shoes full of water to save that one fish.
Really?
So I definitely got to give props to the man.
I did not even know that.
I'm not going to lie.
I thought he just kind of stood there and was staring at you guys, but
I actually messaged Josh. I actually messaged him before we went, and I told him, I said, you'll see right where we're at. That don't mean the fish are going to be there, but I told him, I hope you guys go out there and kill it. I mean, just catch fish. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I think he probably would have, if he would have taken Christina bluegill fishing that day. He probably would have caught all cats. That I'm just saying, right on him.
If he would start taking her bluegill fishing and move the freaking boat and listen to her once in a while.
Move the boat.
Yeah, I mean, I know she told him right where the fish were, and he chose to do his thing. Just like when they were bluegill fishing and he chose to move to go catch bass because he is the weekend ditch pickler. And they didn't end up catching anything that day.
You want me to hold this up again, Chad? You want me to hold this up again?
Feel free, you know?
Okay.
I really want Lyle to see what he missed.
Yeah. See, Lyle, that could have been, you could have had all the glory for that. But no, you ignored Chad again.
Okay.
See, and now they have, do you see in chat, now they have the hashtag of move the boat.
Hashtag move that boat.
Boom.
Move the boat.
Right.
Move the boat. So,
how often do you guys actually fish together?
Yeah.
Not as much as we'd like it. I mean, our work schedules, they just don't coincide much. I mean, but when we do, it's a blast. But like I said, we don't get together near as much. We're going to try to this year and do some videos together and stuff. We got a lot of stuff planned for the upcoming year. So,
Good deal.
Good.
Yeah, it would never be enough, really. You know.
Oh, I would agree. Yeah, I could probably fish. You know, I was talking to my dad this afternoon, and he was saying that maybe I do too much with work and trying to keep up with all this and stuff. And I was like, whatever. I need to fish more. You know, I got a lot of friends that I want to fish with, family I want to fish with. But there's not enough time in the day. I need to start fishing 5 days a week and working 2 is what it is.
Your family wants to fish with you, Ted?
Sometimes.
Wow.
Now
I'm impressed.
now that I'm YouTube famous, they're just coming out of the woodworks. It's like winning the lottery. My dad actually bought his fishing license for the first time in like I don't know how many years. He said he bought it the other day. I was like, "We're going fishing."
That's awesome.
Good deal.
Well, we're looking forward to Mendota. That's going to be a good time.
Yes,
that is.
Yeah, that is. Well, it depends on how you look at it, because there's going to be so much trash talking going on up there. No one's going to have any feed or any footage to be able to use because, well, let's be honest. Lyle's going to be there. Mark's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Chad's going to be there. You two are going to be there. So,
right.
I'm not saying that I will let everybody. This is not a family-friendly trip. It will not be. I do not think.
It will definitely be interesting.
Miss Brittany, send me your address, hon. I'll take care of you.
What'd she say?
What?
What'd she say?
None of your business. I am talking to my friend.
You know what? Talk to your friend on your own time, pal.
Well, you know what?
Eyes, Catfish and Dream, Stephen Corley.
Now I get it. I know how you, or she now knows how you felt during Chad's show or during Lyle's show.
She will cover it for me. See, she's got my back because she know what? She knows I have hers.
Anyway,
Jason Lamb, what's going on? All right, fellas. So, Mo, your channel, you've got a few videos out. What are you planning on doing now that you've won the YouTube Winter Blues? Are we going to see a lot more content coming out of you, or what's going on?
Yeah, after my trip to Disneyland,
okay,
I'd probably come back there and do a lot of fishing. I want to do as much as I can. Work kind of comes and goes as far as frequency. I mean, I work every week, but sometimes I work 2 weeks in one, and that just makes it hard to fish a lot.
That it does, sir. But
you've seen pictures of my granddaughter, the youngest granddaughter. I want to get her and my youngest grandson out there and get their first fish on video. I'm looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, that is also. I'm hoping that my daughter will want to get out a little bit more than she has this year and fish with me. That'd be awesome. But yeah, the picture you sent me of your granddaughter, dude, she is such a cutie, and
she runs the house.
I bet she runs things around there. So
yes.
You know, I bet I'd love to see her little attitude out there catching some fish. I bet she'd be a lot of fun to watch.
Yep, she's been out here in the yard with her little pole, casting and flipping and carrying on. She's ready.
Nice. How old is she?
She'll be 4 in May, the end of May.
Nice. So yeah, just about the perfect age. Start getting her out there. Hey, Miss
Well,
Betty Jean.
you just don't give them nothing else to do, and they don't know any better.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to rip that stuff out of their hands. Put a pole in the hands, right?
You got it.
Get them out there fishing. Let them play in the dirt a little bit.
Yep.
So what about you,
Parker,
Jerry?
you had a video. Hang on one second. I got a question to ask Parker.
Go ahead.
Those you put a video out here a while back about some golden trout that you were catching.
Yes.
Now, are those stocked into that lake?
Yes, they are. That was actually over in Illinois, over Randolph County Lake. And there's also the shooting complex, like over in Sparta, Illinois, also stocks of golden trout. I mean, they're just a really cool looking fish. It's just first time I ever seen them, kind of put me off guard. I seen something swim through the water. I thought, that a koi? I thought it was a koi, and it was trout. I mean, it was full of them. So
Really?
Wow.
yeah.
I told Katie, I was like, I may have to take a road trip and go over and actually
Come on
get my
down, man.
license.
Yeah, you get down this way, you holler, we'll go.
Oh, most definitely will take you out.
Trust me, if we're not completely under lockdown this year, I plan on doing quite a bit of traveling. Unfortunately, one of the trips I'm gonna have to take is go down there and fish with Lyle because helping him in and out of the boat and out of the truck and all that stuff. So
yeah,
that way he's not always getting outfished by Cindy.
I thought it was pretty cool. So I was curious about the golden trout. Now, is that like a kind of like when you see an albino fish? Is that some kind of pigment discoloration like that, or do you know?
I couldn't find a lot of research on them, but it's a hybrid strain they produce in the hatcheries, because it's not. I mean, the eyes and everything. It's not like a true albino. Some people will call them a palomino trout. And so, like I said, it was the first time I ever caught him, was this past fall. First time I'd actually ever seen him. So
I was going to say, your video was the first time I think I've ever seen one.
I had never seen anything like that. And I thought, man, that was one of the coolest looking fish I've ever seen.
Kenny Scott says, love you, Jerry.
That's one of my boys from work.
Wait a minute.
You want, man. It's 2021, man.
World's greatest laborer.
That's right.
Welcome to the shows, Kenny Scott. Appreciate you being in chat. Two old vets. Oh, wrong one. James Borden. I believe James was in the show the other day. All right. We got a lot of Parker Pursuit fans in the house tonight. I like it. Mo Creek, where's all yours?
Super fan.
So I wonder, did you cook? So you work with these fellas? I'm taking it. You said?
Yes, I do scaffolding for a living, but I also do abatement work as well. And those guys are on the abatement side.
Okay. So did you guys have like a grill out? You may be like at the beginning of last week.
No, we don't ever get a chance to.
Well, I was just saying, maybe they're liking you so much because you provided some grilled chicken, but now if they only realized it was chicken from what you used during the tournament. So I just wanted to make sure, see if we were putting some puzzle pieces together, what you might have done to make these guys so happy.
I mean, what's not to love?
Posbon Productions, welcome. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying the show. We do have a couple newer people in here. Just so you guys know, this is not your everyday fishing show. We do talk a little bit about fishing and stuff, but more than likely we're going to be poking fun at each other and having fun, and probably trash talking people like Lyle Stokes for missing every comment that I posted on Monday night. So.
But his eyesight is getting pretty bad. So I mean, we have to give him a little bit of slack. But I mean, Mark from Catfish and Crappie is getting the same way. So
it is.
That's why they schedule Panfish Weekly after ours, so that they could remember that, okay, we have to do our show tonight because this is the shit show. We have to do the actual good show. So it just helps them out.
It does. You know, I wasn't going to say anything because I don't know if I assume John Boys is still in here. I made a comment geared towards Mark before the show ever started because Mark couldn't remember anybody's names, and he even forgot mine when he said good evening. And I said, and being a friend, I don't fault him at his age for doing it, and I did not mean to, steer that in the wrong direction towards Mr. John Boys. So, it is what it is. So, not Jerry, Robert, Mo Creek.
Yes.
Let's talk about, when the first day of the tournament, when it first started, your beard was nice and dry.
Yeah.
It was, rather nice, dark looking and all that sort of thing. And I noticed about halfway through, your beard actually doubled in length and started turning somewhat white.
It was getting heavy, yeah. The water was probably, I'm guessing the water was in the 50s. So you had a lot of fog coming off the water. Of course, the wind's blowing right at us. And it was just freezing up on contact. Just what happens, But, yeah, it was getting out of hand.
It will.
Oh, we're going to have another guest?
I'm sorry?
Another guest.
Oh! You know, half the people in our chat just went like crazy because they're like, fresh bait, fresh bait. So,
don't mind me, guys. I'm just sitting here petting you guys' bait.
You better be careful. Miss Katie might, that's dinner, not bait.
Don't
chicken or our friends. So what about you, Parker? Do you think that the buildup of the snot stash that you had may have resulted in the slippage? I know you're blaming it on Robert's coffee being frozen and he pouring out on the ground, but do you think the snot stash might have had something to do with it?
It may have. I mean, it was running pretty hardcore there for a while.
I think we had 13 below with the wind chill that day.
13 below with the wind chill. And did you see the following weekend? Because we actually had a little bit of a warm up that next weekend. It was still cold. Don't get me wrong, but I'll be honest. I think maybe Palmetto might have had more clothes on until it got warmer in the day than you did. Both of you guys did, right?
You got to do what you got to do.
I mean, he was looking pretty like geared up, if you will. But
I wish I would have had more on.
I bet you do. And I'm wondering, did the chicken head mask freeze to your face at all, Jerry?
Yes, it did. 'Cause my daughter wanted me to wear it to catch fish, but at one point it froze to my forehead. I was like,
it froze to your forehead.
Yes.
Well, and just to be fair, that's more like a 5 head. That is way too big for a 4
head. What was you going to say, Mr. Dockery?
I have nothing to say. I'm kind of speechless at the moment. I mean, Parker's pecking Mo, and the show has just gone downhill, man. I don't know what happened to this show. It was good at one point. I don't know when, but at some point, I have no idea.
The last time it was any good was last week when we had Christina Dunnigan on, the Better Dunnigan.
That was an awesome show.
It was. She was pretty awesome, and I just really wish that the weekend ditch pickler would move the boat.
Oh, you said it, so I got to show it.
There it is.
What's going on, Mr. Tim Molina?
Look at that. It's a pickle. Okay.
It is a pickle.
It is a pickle. But we had Creo on the show too, or Miss Creo on the show too.
Miss
And she did really, really. Yep, she did really, really good. So,
well, that's what That's what I keep saying. You know, every once in a while we have to have back-to-back ringers like that, and then we will bring people in that wear chicken heads for entertainment.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but I because he keeps talking crap in chat, I'm putting the bullfrog back up, guys. Look, bullfrog right there. Stop it, Art. So anyway, but no, but you guys had a lot of fun that day. I mean, there was a lot of times you guys had us rolling on the floor, but you guys just knocked the snot out of those fish that day, and you guys set the bar really high because during the couples tournament, everyone's like, "Wow, Creo is this big guy that is putting huge numbers up," and we're all thinking, "Man, no one's ever going to be able to touch that." And then you two come along, and
that lake is notorious for big numbers of little fish. I mean, absolutely, you can go over there by yourself and catch 50 on a good day.
Wow!
And with the bait being bunched up in the corner, yes, that is a hooks and hammocks hoodie.
Nice,
Josh.
And there is a few big fish in that lake too. I mean, I've caught some 40s and 50s out of there. So I mean, they're there.
I lost a good fish that day. I had downsized my hooks to a 3/0, and my bait I downsized too, just so we catch every little thing that come by. And I had one. It was a stud, and he didn't get the hook.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, you guys, everything you caught was small. I mean, you did end up with the smallest fish.
Yes.
That we have deemed the Fish and Fetish Award. With a one,
thanks
it was
to
1
Gabby's,
pound and a half.
To Gabby's dad.
Gabby's dad.
Yep.
So I mean, you guys took home 3 of the 5 charities, right? So you guys won second biggest fish, the overall, and the smallest fish. Aaron was able to squeak out that 15. It was about 2 pounds bigger than you guys' second biggest fish. So Aaron from Catfish Regulars came in with the big fish.
Awesome job.
Yeah. So you guys took out, like I said, 3 of the 5 charities, and you guys ended up splitting the winnings for those 3 into 2 different charities, which was really cool. So you chose the Camp Centurion and the St. Jude's, right? So
yes. Yep.
Was there
good, guys.
a reason why you chose those particularly, or just?
Well, when my daughter was young, we had some issues, and St. Jude's really took care of us. So
that's awesome.
And James, it's hard. Like James is so passionate about the veterans fund and everything. And we was like, we got to do it, So
James does do an awful lot of good work for those vets.
He does.
So.
Yes, he does.
So I mean, I was honored. Like we said, we talked about. So we donated to those 2. We had the American Diabetes Association, Autism Research Institute, and Wounded Warriors is who we ended up donating that to. And I know I was getting a little, we'll get a little serious there. But I mean, it was really awesome of you guys to choose that. And Jerry, thank you for sharing that. To be honest with you, very great choices, and I can't ever thank you guys enough. But now we got to take it even more serious, fellas, because I don't know if I like this comment, because we got a guy here, if I can get it to go, that is taking, he's trying to take credit for you guys getting the start on his show. What is up with this? Does he think he is the man or what?
Mark is the man.
No,
can't argue with that.
Now hold on.
Can't argue with that.
Hold on a second, guys. And I have to tell you this. I had to listen to Chad and Mark bicker for almost 2 weeks on a nightly basis, fighting with each other over to who was going to get Parker Pursuits and Mo Creek Fishing on their show first. And it just got to the point where you had to tune them out. I mean, it was bad. They wanted to fist fight each other there for a while. And I was like, great. It's
That
going
would
to
have
be
been
two
awesome.
bald guys out there beating each other. What fun is this?
Well, see,
Midget
you know,
fight.
the midgets. We're actually taller than Lyle and James, so
But that's not
we
saying
can't say that.
anything.
Well, you
That's really
might
not
be right,
saying
but you know, I felt sorry for him. You know, I did reach out to Mo Creek and said, "Hey, buddy, you want to be on the bait shop here soon?" And oh well, Mark's been bugging me for like over a month, and he won't
He's
stop
been crying
crying.
about it. Yeah, I know.
And he's like, I kind of feel bad, and then me being, the nice guy that I am, I told him, I was like, go ahead, buddy. Mark needs a little help because he's not as great as the Chad. So you go be on his show first, and then the next day come on to the Fishing with the Chad YouTube Blues tournament, and you will light them up, and I will set you up for success, just like I did the Great Creole Catfishing. Not it's great. It's great that you guys tested your cell phone service on his channel, but then you tested your fishing skills on Fishing with the Chad. So I mean, I'll take the win. That's fine.
There you go, Chad. Take the high road.
Listen, somebody just in chat asked me why I'm always so angry. I didn't used to be this way. I was actually a happy-go-lucky person and, full of life and laughter and all that stuff. And then I started hanging out with Mark and Lyle and Chad, and it sucked the life out of me. And now I'm this empty shell of a person that cannot have any more fun. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, just so you know, we even have this to put up when he is extra angry. So when sometimes I sit back and as I'm listening and watching, I'm actually judging his level of angry face. So once he hits a certain level, we throw up the angry face fishing logo on the top right corner. So
I don't know what to tell you.
James,
I'm an angry person.
In answer to your dilemma, you can take a good bird dog, and you let that bird dog run with every neighborhood mutt. All the neighborhood mutts aren't going to be bird dogs. Your bird dog's going to be a mutt. So just so you know that in the future about who you hang with,
So Mo, did you just call Lyle and Mark and Chad mutts?
Just Chad mainly. Just Chad mainly.
Now, see, now I'm starting to feel like you're just
you said it. You said it. So it's out there now. It's out there, and I'm glad someone else sees the value that I bring.
Man, and I did notice he said plural mutts, so he did claim those two in the same pact. Mr. Rocco, I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Rocco. Thank you, and welcome to the bait shop. Good night, Paula.
Hang on. Hey, Chad, hold on one sec. Mark, Lyle, you guys have to get ready for your show. It starts in 15 minutes, guys. Okay, so get your drinks, go to the bathroom, whatever you're going to do. You got 15 minutes. Sorry, guys. I had to give them a reminder for tonight.
We will probably have to text them here in a few minutes too, Dockery.
Okay.
Because more likely they're going to go into another room and forget where they're at and what they were supposed to be doing. So they'll probably end up back up in here and chat in about 5 minutes after they do what you just said. So
probably. So
it is what it is, right? I mean, that's why they keep us around. Us younger gentlemen that are able to converse with them in a tone that they understand. There's another point of why we get angry with them sometimes, because sometimes they need that, right? We have to keep them in line or they stray off at Walmart. You've experienced this.
Well, sure. It wasn't Walmart, but it was Bass Pro Shop, and Lyle did keep wandering off. So I mean,
it's Bass Pro.
Yeah. So I get it. What do you guys got planned for this year going forward?
Me myself, I mean, I do multi-species on my channel, but I am going to gear a little more towards catfish this year. So I'm going to try to get some flathead fishing in, and just a little bit of everything this year. But like I said, I'm going to gear more towards catfish this year, I think. So.
Okay.
I'm kind of second. Catfish is kind of down the list for me. I like the catfish, but I'm more of a man. I love to get in them creeks and fish that small water. That's what really trips my trigger. But I'm not opposed to any kind of fishing really. Definitely looking forward to Mendota. A little more fishing with Jerry. I'd like to be able to talk him. He's got this problem to where the weather gets right for fishing, and he likes to climb trees and sit all day. I don't understand that, but I'll try to talk him out of a trip or two like that. It's a chicken thing.
I'm a big bow hunter. I'm a
really
passionate bow hunter too. That may be something that maybe round them too. Maybe adding a little hunt to my channel too.
Mo Creek, it's called perching. When he gets up on that's what all those chickens do is perch at night. So that he's got his time messed up. So he's just Parker, stop pecking him.
It's becoming a habit now.
It is now, right? We have to start scolding Parker.
I know. We're gonna have to treat him like one of the other guys.
He just crapped on the floor.
Well, things are probably still loose from that fall the couple weeks ago. I mean, and if you were new and you didn't get to check out the YouTube Day 1 tournament, I mean, I literally could sit and watch that 20 times a day,
And I've got to actually take this time and thank Parker Pursuits for slipping and falling like that, because you've actually taken a lot of the heat off of me smacking that roof with during the 1-versus-1 with Mark, which I know and it just they keep playing it over and over. So and now I have a feeling that one is going to be Chad, leave it alone.
Oh, yeah.
Cut you.
If we get enough of them together,
upload that one.
Yeah.
Well,
I want Jerry to adopt me, says James Gordon.
I know you want to ask us about fishing spots.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep.
So you mainly both kayak fish, right? Do you do any other kind of fishing besides that?
No, I don't have a
boat or bank.
No, I don't have a boat. I wade, fish, and kayak. That's pretty much kind of same thing with Rob here too.
Yep.
So.
Thank my beautiful wife here. If you can always go to Catfish Weekly's YouTube page and find this video. It's called "Merry Christmas, Everyone."
Are you done?
D, hey, you can yell at D.
I'm not yelling at D. I don't want her mad at me like she is.
We got one. Thomas Littlepage has got a request. He thinks he missed this. So you can actually hear the chicken run up and grab him by the ankle and hit him behind the knee and knock him out. Apparently they were really using some live bait and using it, cutting it up for bait or something. I'm not sure what was going on there on the bank, as they would not show any other part of the lake that day. It was like they had it fixed to where we couldn't see what was going on there. The weekend ditch pickler could not have had a boat out there with fish already on it that they were casting into, but we won't ever know. Whatever, it is what it is.
Sorry, hold on. You said his
that
name
would
again.
be the thing. That would mean Hunnigan would have had to catch the fish to put him on the hook.
Well,
that?
yeah,
That would have meant that Dunnigan would have had to catch the fish to put them on her hook, and we know that's not going to happen.
Well, no, I'm sure you guys caught them in advance, like 2 weeks in advance. That's probably worth about 2 weeks. The weekend ditch pickler probably would have spent all last year trying to get that many, or at least trying to net them. So, we all know how good he is at netting the fish. Luckily, I haven't seen him in here to defend himself, but it's a great Christina Dunnigan is. We appreciate her way more, anyways.
I've got a great idea for Mark's show. A one versus one where Christina calls out Josh for bluegill fishing.
Ooh,
I would watch that.
I would watch that.
It's not going to
That would
happen
be
but he's not going to take her
And
bluegill
she-
fishing.
Well, I know, but I still think that would make an awesome, one versus one.
It would. Right after Chadwick James is born.
Yep. This is true.
Or if it's a little girl, we got Chadwina Jane. I seen my wife put in chat earlier today. She'll be ready to fish, and I think that'll be a good time because it'll be early summer. It won't be too hot, and I'm sure it might be something where they could do Caitlin. Let Caitlin come in.
Ooh.
Caitlin versus Christina versus Josh type of deal, and because Josh probably won't let Caitlin do it either because he won't even get her that 40-pounder.
Right. And not only that, but if Christina wins, she gets to tell him where to park that boat.
Oh my God, I would love it. That is.
See, I'm only here to help her.
We have to see if we can do to make this happen. If Christina wins, she gets to tell the weekend ditch pickler where to put that boat.
That's right.
Oh.
The one that he has parked in her parking spot. So that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe he could park it in his own parking spot.
Well, you know what?
And walk just a little bit further.
Well, I know Josh has got a kayak he uses. Me or Rob have extra kayaks. We'll let Christina use one of our kayaks and take the ball and let him have a fish off.
There we go.
There you go.
That lake is a ton of fun for that too.
There we go.
Hey,
See?
did you see Christina's comment, Chad?
This one?
Yeah,
Wow.
that one.
Christina, I would love to see you tell him live where he can put that boat.
That's right.
Yes.
Go bluegill fishing. And I'm pretty sure that Parker or Mo could actually go out and film for you guys.
I would
they could
do
be your
that.
cameraman for the day.
Yeah.
See, we are helping the fishing community. This is what this show is about.
That's right. We're all about helping everybody out.
I'm going to go ahead and call it now. If we do this, I want to film Christina fishing. That way there'll be some action.
Okay. Actually, that's a smart move.
At least the chicken guy can get up in a tree and get a different angle, I guess.
Right?
This is true.
Yep.
I mean, as he's perched up there, it's cool.
It'd be like having a drone with feathers.
Hopefully it's not too windy of a day because all you would see, down on Josh's big old bald egg head is these feathers. So what would be fun though is if you actually took like a little, maybe some syrup or something and poured it on his head and just picked feathers and launched them and see how many you could land on his head. Do like can you land more feathers on his head than he catches fish?
Well, I'd say he's probably going to need a welding steel to keep the glare off the camera,
Yeah, I mean, I've got a pretty shiny head, but that thing he's got is...
And it's shaped lumpy. Like an egg. It is shaped like an egg. If you watch any of his videos, it's an egg head. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the next decal, guys. You watch. There's gonna be some designs coming up here pretty soon. So
well, I do love his new logo for his channel that he's coincided with you to develop. So there it is, guys and gals. The new Weekend Ditch Pickler logo that Josh will be representing here soon. So
You know what the best part about this is he's at work tonight.
I love it.
He's not watching the show, so we'll get at least 12 hours of decent sleep before he's off work, and then we'll have to deal with him tomorrow. So I'm not worried about it tonight.
I will definitely not lose any sleep tonight, but I will love seeing the messages come through tomorrow afternoon sometime while I'm at work, and I'm gonna pretend like I don't see them for hours while he fumes on this. Right?
All monkey business aside, I would like to fish with that guy some this spring and summer.
Definitely.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm actually planning on going down south of Missouri for a couple of days this year. I'd like to hook up with you guys and do some fishing and have Josh venture over to Missouri. I know he's going down. They're wanting to go down to Lake of the Ozarks and fish with Lyle. So, and like I said, that's only about a 5-hour drive for me. So that's not that far. I have driven a lot farther to fish a lot less. So,
absolutely.
Real quick, I didn't get to say hi to you, Papa Ed and your boy Troy. And right here is what it's all about. No hard feelings. I know she's talking about something else, Uncle Josh. Unlike some, I can take a joke. Absolutely. If you guys do not know, I said it earlier, this is not your everyday show. We have a great community, and everybody that we pick on, we have a good relationship with. If you can't take it, we ain't going to do it. These guys can. The Weekend Ditch Pickler will bring it. I guarantee it.
Yes, he will.
He will.
And this love that we have will continue.
Like Parker's stupid chicken outfit.
Yeah, exactly. So we are approaching the 1 hour mark. We got about 3 minutes of time here, but I wanted to say again, thank you both for coming on here tonight, especially, like I said earlier, with my busy work schedule, my brain wasn't all there, and it was a last minute message to get you guys on here, and you put it together and jumped on here. I loved it. So hooks and hammocks, I am not even entertaining.
Thanks for having us on.
And one more thing before we log out of here, guys, make sure you stay tuned for Panfish Weekly that is coming up after this one. Tomorrow night is stands, 2 stands. They're going live. Saturday is Mike Greenwell. Sunday, of course, is Palomino. Plus, you also have the Catfish Conference this weekend. Monday is the old grumpy guy and James Smith from Catfish Weekly. And then Mark is premiering his new show after that. And then Tuesday, you've got Roger DeMint. And then Wednesday is James Smith. And then your week starts with us on Thursday.
I know. Yeah, that's right. And thus ends another episode of the Jerry Springer Show, Catfish Edition. That is awesome, Tim Molina. But again,
is this the part where we tell them that who's the father, or are we not doing that part?
I don't know. I'm wondering, do we say which came first, the chicken or the egg here? But I don't know. It was going to be funnier, but then I stopped myself because this is a kid-friendly show.
Yeah, no, I've cussed tonight. It's beyond kid-friendly.
Dude, they called you out in it in chat earlier. And
I know they did, but so yep. All right. Anyway, guys, you all have a great night.
Yep. Thank you guys all for coming in and watching the show tonight. Again, can't thank you guys enough for participating, not only in this show, but every show that we have, and especially the charity tournaments that we are doing. And I hope everybody looks forward to the next one that will be happening in a few months. So until next week, I will see you guys in chat. And fellas, we'll see you in just a minute. Take care, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Sorry, I had to one more time with that. See you guys, everybody.